Okay, hopefully you got these numbers for your answer. And if you need to see the work, make sure it's correct. Here it is. So that was your that was your interest, and this is your total value. Okay, so these last two, they're a little bit different. Now, you're going to wind up treating these like an equation. All right, so I'll do kind of these with us. We'll go ahead and walk through these together. So numbers 4 and 5, we're going to do these together, okay? So number 4 says that Patel made a deposit into an account that earns 5% simple interest. After 10 years, Patel has earned $1,500 in interest. How much was Patel's initial deposit? So whenever they ask you about the initial deposit, what are you missing out of the 4 letters that we just learned about? I, P, R, and T. You're missing the P, so you're going to have to find the principal in here. So that means since you're missing that one, they have to give you all these other ones. They have to give you the interest. Oh God, that scared me, sorry. They have to give you the interest, they have to give you the rate, and they have to give you the time. So let's see where we can find those. So let's see, we've got the rate right here. Boom, we've got the time right here. Boom, and then they gave us the interest as well. So let's go to our page here. Flippity flip. And we're gonna make these both kind of right here. Oh, my lights went off. There we go, back on. Okay, so we're gonna set them up just like we've been setting up all these other ones, except for the one difference would be that we're not missing the I. In this number 4, we're actually missing the P. So let's go ahead and do that. So I equals P R T, so nothing new so far. And then after that, we're gonna see what the difference is. All right, so it said that our interest was $1,500. Okay, if you look back at here, it said I was $1,500. Okay, our principal, we were missing that, so that has to stay a P. Our rate, they said, was 5%, so we still have to turn that into a decimal. And then our T, they said, was time, and we said it was 10 years. All right, so I know this seems like, whoa, 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 oh my God, what do we have to do? It is not that crucial, I promise. We're just gonna treat this like an equation, like a 2-step equation. All right, so anytime you have a 2-step equation, your job is to get the variable by itself. All right, so our first thing we're gonna do to get this by itself, I wanna just kind of make these two go together. All right, so how I'm gonna do that is just multiplying these two by each other. So 0.05 times 10, put that in a calculator real quick. You get 0.5. Drop everything down you didn't touch yet. And then after that, if you got to get this P by itself, what do you got to do with this? Because it's stuck by multiplication. Got to divide on both sides. So divide by 0.5 on both sides. That goes away. Now your principal is, once you put that into the calculator, he started out with $3,000. There you go. Wasn't that difficult, hopefully. So $3,000. All right, now let's see what we're missing here. So number 5 says that Mandy deposited $6,000 into an account that earned simple interest. After 4 years, the total value of the account was $672. What was the simple interest rate? All right, so first off, we know we're missing the rate here because it asks you what's the simple interest rate. All right, secondly, we know our principal. That's right here. Thirdly, we know our time. That's right here. But does it seem like they give us the interest right off the bat? Perhaps not. but we can figure out how to get it. Okay, the reason why we can figure it out is because they gave us this total value of $672. So if you want to find the interest only, not the total value, okay, you have to take these two then. You got to take your principal and subtract it from the total value. That will automatically get you your interest, okay? Kind of like, I don't mean to confuse y'all, but kind of like, y'all know in these steps right here that we kept doing, interest plus principal equals total value, okay? They're giving us this total value right here, and they gave us the principal. So we had to just subtract those in order to get this interest only. So that's what we're gonna do here. Take 672 real quick, subtract that from 600, and hopefully you know without having to use the calculator that that's just $72 is your interest. All right, so now we have all of these other pieces. We got the I for interest, the P for principal. We don't have the rate, we're trying to find that, and we have the T for time. So we're gonna do a similar setup, just like we did for this one, except instead of finding the P, we're gonna find the R. So here we go. So I equals P R T. Our I, we said, was 72. Our P, we said, was 600. We did not know our R, and our time was 4 years. All right. So what we're going to do, we got to get this R by itself. So the easiest way to do that is probably mash these two together so that we can divide it later on. So 600 times 4. Okay, if you know 6 times 4, you know the answer to this. It's 2,400. That variable's still there. Next thing, just divide both sides by 2,400. That goes away. And then 72, make sure this number goes first in the calculator. Some of y'all try to do this 2,400 divided by 72. That's not going to get you the right answer. Type in 72 first, then divide, then by 2,400. And that should give you 0.03 for your rate, which is perfect because that's in decimal form if we were trying to multiply with it. But what if they wanted it in percent form, back into percent form? Yep, then you'd have to take this, move it over 2 times. So 3% equals your rate. And you're all done. So 3%. That is it. All right, so of course, if you need to go back and watch this, pause it, freeze it, whatever, make sure you do that on your own time. All right, but I'm also going to have a couple of problems for you as well on some simple interest. Shouldn't take too long, shouldn't be that big of a challenge for you, and y'all will be good. All right.